Welcome to Focus English with CC.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Focus English with CC, the place to master real-life English conversation. I'm CC, and here with me is Tom.
Hi, everybody. It's great to be here.
Today, we're diving into a topic we all deal with every morning, clothes. We'll be talking about comfort, shopping strategies, and style, plus learning some essential vocabulary and idioms.
That sounds fantastic. But before we start, if you find our lessons helpful, please hit that subscribe button and like this video right now. Your support really helps us grow.
Thank you so much. Now let's get comfortable and talk about what we are wearing today. Let's start with the basics. Before we discuss fashion in general, let's look at our current outfits. For our listeners, let's define that word clearly. An outfit means all the clothes you are wearing together at the same time. Your shirt, pants, shoes, socks, maybe a belt. Everything combined is your outfit.
That is a great starting point. It's the whole look. Well, my outfit today is very relaxed. It is very me. I am wearing a plain navy blue t-shirt. When I say plain, I mean it has no pictures, no words, and no designs on it. No patterns, just a plain color, which I prefer. I really like simple things.
I can see that. Navy blue is a very good color for you. It looks very classic.
Thanks. To match the shirt, I'm wearing some classic gray chinos.
For our listeners who might not know, what are chinos? Are they the same as jeans?
Good question. Chinos are not jeans. Jeans are usually made of denim, which is a thick, rough blue material. Chinos are pants made from a soft cotton material. They look a little bit nicer than jeans, maybe a bit smarter, but they are still casual. They are very comfortable to sit in. And to finish the outfit, I have on my favorite white sneakers. It is the definition of casual clothes.
And it is a nice outfit, Tom. Very clean and simple. You always look good in casual clothes. It looks perfect for a relaxed day recording a podcast.
Thank you. I try my best. What about you, Cece? What is your outfit of choice today?
Well, I went for something a little bit more formal for the video, but still very comfortable. I am wearing a light blue blouse. A blouse is like a shirt, but it is usually for women and is made of softer, lighter fabric. It looks a bit more elegant. My blouse has white stripes on it, so it is definitely not plain.
Ah, stripes. That is a pattern where you have lines going up and down or side to side.
Exactly. So I have a patterned top. On the bottom, I am wearing some dark wash jeans. Dark wash just means the blue color of the jeans is very dark, almost black. It looks a bit more professional than light blue jeans. And finally, I am wearing brown ankle boots.
Ankle boots are shoes that cover your foot and go just up to your ankle bone, right? Not up to your knee.
Correct. They are very practical for walking. So my style is sometimes plain, but today, sometimes with the pattern.
I like the stripes. It is a nice pattern. But speaking of comfort, your outfit looks perfect for work. How was your weekend, by the way? Did you wear such a neat outfit then?
Oh, absolutely not. My weekend outfit was completely different. I did some serious cleaning at my house on Saturday, so I wanted to be as comfortable as possible. I was in my oldest, softest gray sweatpants.
Sweatpants are the best. They are those loose, thick cotton pants with an elastic waist. No buttons, no zippers, just pure comfort.
Yes, and on top, I wore a giant oversized hoodie. A hoodie is a sweatshirt that has a hood to cover your head. It was way too big for me, but I loved it.
That sounds wonderful. It sounds like the kind of clothes that are like a hug, you know. Comfort is king, especially on the weekend. Comfort is king means that feeling good physically is the most important thing.
It truly is. When you're at home, nobody sees you, so you don't need to look fashionable. You just need to feel cozy. Since we are talking about wearing clothes, we have to talk about the weather. Our clothes change drastically with the seasons. We cannot wear the same thing in July that we wear in January.
That is very true. In summer, it is hot, so we wear light clothes.
What do we mean by light clothes?
We mean the fabric is thin and breathable, like cotton or linen. It lets the air touch your skin so you don't sweat too much. We wear short-sleeve t-shirts, shorts, skirts, and dresses.
And on our feet?
Of course, sandals or flip-flops. We don't want hot, heavy shoes in the summer. Also, the colors are often light too, like white, yellow, or pastels. Light colors reflect the sun and keep you cool.
And then in winter, everything changes. It gets very cold here, so we need heavy clothes.
Definitely. Heavy clothes mean thick fabrics like wool. You need a warm coat, a thick sweater, maybe a turtleneck that covers your neck, and long, thick pants like jeans or corduroys.
And accessories are very important in winter. You can't just wear a shirt and pants.
Yes, you need a scarf to wrap around your neck, gloves or mittens for your hands, and a hat or a beanie for your head to keep your ears warm. Everything is focused on warmth. And boots are crucial when it snows. You cannot wear canvas sneakers in the snow. Your feet will get wet and cold.
Speaking of seasons and styles, do you have a favorite color for clothes? I find that I really like blue and red. They make me feel happy. And I also really like patterns, as you can see from my stripes today.
I think I am more of a plain color guy. I stick to the basics, black, gray, and navy blue.
Why is that? Is it because you don't like color?
No, I like color, but plain dark colors are so easy to match. I don't have to think about it in the morning. Blue pants go with a gray shirt. Black pants go with a gray shirt. It's simple.
But you do own that checked shirt, don't you? I've seen it.
Oh, yes, I do have a shirt with checks. Checks are a pattern with squares, like a chessboard. It's the exception to my rule. Patterns are designs on the cloth, like stripes, checks, or flowers. We call that floral, while plain means just one color.
I think you should wear more patterns, Tom. Maybe a Hawaiian shirt with flowers for the summer.
Oh, I don't know about that. That might be too much for me. I will stick to my plain t-shirts for now. Okay, let's talk about the actual process of getting dressed. It seems simple, we do it every day, but there is an order to it. What is the first thing you put on in the morning?
Usually, I put on my underwear first, obviously. Then I usually put on my pants or my skirts and then a shirt. Sometimes I choose my clothes the night before. I lay them out on a chair so they are ready.
You prepare them the night before? That is very organized.
Yes, it saves so much time in the morning when I am sleepy and don't want to think. I highly recommend that.
That is a good tip. I'm not that organized. I usually put on my socks first, then my pants. It is just my habit, but I never choose my clothes the night before. I choose them in the morning, standing in front of my closet.
Does that take a long time?
Sometimes I put on a shirt, look in the mirror and think, no, this looks terrible. So I change my shirt 2 or 3 times because the color is not right or it doesn't feel good. Or maybe I realize the shirt has a wrinkle and needs ironing.
That sounds a little annoying. It sounds stressful if you are in a rush. But speaking of things not looking right, we need to address a common mistake. Imagine you rush out the door because you're late for the bus, you get on the bus, and someone says, "Hey, your shirt is inside out."
Oh no, that is the worst. Inside out means the interior part, the part that should touch your skin, is on the outside. So people can see the seams where the fabric is stitched together, and they can see the label at the neck.
Yes, and the tag that tells you how to wash it is hanging out. It looks very silly.
That is embarrassing. You have to run to a bathroom, take it off, turn it the right way, and put it back on.
Yes, And there's another mistake. Sometimes people wear a shirt back to front.
Ah, back to front. That means the front side is on the back, and the back side is on the front.
Exactly. This happens a lot with t-shirts that have a low neck. You put it on, and suddenly the neck feels very tight, like it's choking you.
I have done that with a coat before. I put my arms in, but something felt wrong. The hood was in my face. It just didn't fit right.
Exactly. So inside out and back to front. These are direction mistakes. And while it's not clothing, let's not forget the classic mistake of wearing your glasses upside down.
Haha. Or putting your shoes on the wrong feet. Left shoe on the right foot. That is very uncomfortable.
So when you put something on, you have to check 3 things. Is it inside out? Is it back to front? And is it clean?
That is the perfect checklist for a smooth morning. So, Cece, let's talk about habits. We all have clothes we like and clothes we love. What is your absolute favorite piece of clothing? I am talking about your go-to item.
Go-to. Can we explain that for our listeners?
Sure. A go-to item is the thing you rely on. It is the one you always choose first when you don't know what to wear. It is your automatic choice because it is easy and you love it.
That is a good question. My go-to item is probably this deep red cardigan. A cardigan is like a sweater, but it opens at the front and usually has buttons or a zipper.
Why is it your favorite?
It is perfect for the office because the air conditioning can be strong and cold. It is not too warm, not too cold. It is what I reach for most days. It makes me feel safe and warm. It is my most reliable piece.
I understand. Reliability is important. My favorite, my definite go-to piece, is my very old, worn-out denim jacket.
Worn out. That means it looks old and used, right? Maybe the color's fading?
Yes, it has some small holes near the pockets, and the color is not bright blue anymore. It is almost white in some places. It is not the most stylish thing, and it's certainly not in style now. In style means fashionable or popular right now. This jacket is definitely old-fashioned, but it feels like a second skin. It is so comfortable because I have worn it for 10 years. The fabric is soft now.
I remember that jacket. I have seen you wear it many times. Sometimes the oldest clothes are the best, aren't they? They might not be very nice to look at, but they hold memories. Maybe you wore that jacket on a great trip or to a fun concert. They offer the ultimate comfort. It is really hard to say goodbye to them and throw them away.
Exactly. I cannot throw it away. I will fix the holes if I have to.
We all have that one item, but we can't wear those old clothes to a wedding or a big event. What about your favorite thing to wear for a special occasion?
Good question. For a special occasion, I usually wear a suit. But I want to ask you, Cece, do you have something for parties?
For a special occasion, like a nice party or a fancy restaurant dinner, I have a long, flowing black dress. It is surprisingly comfortable for a formal dress. Usually, formal clothes are tight and uncomfortable, but this one is elegant and makes me feel confident. I love that sometimes I can find formal clothes that are also comfortable.
You mentioned feeling confident, and that is key. Key means very important. It does not matter if it is casual clothes like jeans or a suit and tie for a wedding. You have to feel good in what you wear. If you're tugging at your clothes or feeling tight, you won't have a good time.
I agree 100%. Feeling good in your clothes really is the most important thing. If you feel good, you smile more, and you talk more. So, Tom, we have talked about what we wear. Now let's switch gears and talk about how we get these clothes. Let's talk about shopping. Where do you typically buy your clothes? Are you an in-person shopper or an online browser?
That is the big question of the modern age. I used to go to the shopping mall all the time. I would spend hours walking around, but lately I often buy clothes online. It is so easy and fast. I can browse hundreds of shirts without leaving my sofa. I can do it at midnight in my pajamas.
It is very convenient. You don't have to drive, park the car, or walk through crowds.
It is. But I must admit, there are drawbacks. A drawback is a disadvantage or a negative point.
I understand the convenience, but I prefer the traditional way. I like going to the mall or the high street shops. I like it because I can see the true color of the fabric. Sometimes on a computer screen, a red shirt looks pink or a blue shirt looks purple. But in the store, I can see the real color. Also, I can touch the clothes to feel if they are soft or scratchy.
That is true. You can check the quality with your hands.
More importantly, I can try on the clothes before I buy them.
Ah, the dreaded sizing issue. That is my major drawback with online shopping. Sizing is so difficult. Sometimes I order a medium size and it is tiny. Other times the shirt is too big or the pants are too long. It is a little annoying because then you have to return them. You have to print a label, go to the post office, and send it back. That takes time and effort.
Exactly. Trying on is essential. Let's pause and teach that phrase clearly. For our learners, to try on clothes means putting them on inside the store, usually in a small room called a fitting room or changing room. You do this to see if they fit your body size and if they suit your style.
Suit your style means does it look good on you?
Yes, I always go to the fitting room to try on pants. Pants are tricky. I need to see if they are too small at the waist or too tight on the legs. Or maybe they are too long and drag on the floor.
I definitely need to try on clothes more often. My current approach, my current method of online shopping, is a bit of a gamble. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. So, Cece, let's talk about money. Are clothes expensive, in your opinion?
Well, it really depends on the item and the brand, Tom. Some items are very expensive, like designer bags or leather coats. Some are cheap. I usually look for clothes that are on sale. That is a good strategy to save money.
Let's define that. On sale means being sold at a cheaper price than usual, right?
That is right. Sometimes you will see a red sticker on the price tag. The item is marked down from its original price to a lower price. If the original price was $80 and it's marked down to $50, that's a big saving. That is a bargain.
That is smart shopping. I love a good bargain. However, I often find myself saying, I can't really afford it when I see a really high quality coat or a pair of leather boots.
That is a very common phrase. When you say, I can't really afford it, it means you do not have enough money to buy that specific item. Or maybe you have the money, but you need it for rent or food. It's important to be realistic about our budget.
Exactly. I am usually on a tight budget, especially for non-essential items like fashion.
Let's look at that phrase. When you are on a tight budget, it means you have a limited amount of money to spend. Your money is tight. It's not loose or free. You have to be careful with every dollar. But Tom, even if you are on the tight budget, it's smart to focus on quality over quantity.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, it's better to buy one good thing than 10 bad things. For some items, like a winter coat or good walking boots, it's good to spend more money because they last longer.
Last longer, meaning they stay in good condition for more time?
Precisely. Good quality clothes last longer. Think about it. A cheap coat might cost $50, but after one winter, the zipper breaks or the fabric rips. So next year, you have to buy another one. But a good coat might cost $150, but it can last for 5 or 10 years. It's an investment.
That is a good point. It's actually cheaper in the long run. If I'm on a tight budget, I should invest in a few high-quality items instead of many cheap ones.
Exactly. And here's a tip for shopping in small boutiques or markets where prices aren't fixed. If you find a seller, you can sometimes negotiate. You can ask, "What is your best price?" That means you're looking for the cheapest, lowest price they can offer you.
Oh, negotiation. That can be scary. I'm not good at bargaining.
It can be, but it's also useful. Sometimes, if you and the seller cannot agree, they might agree to split the difference.
Split the difference. Now, that is a new phrase for me. It sounds like math class. What does that mean?
It's a negotiation term. To split the difference means to meet in the middle. Let me give you an example. Imagine I'm selling you a jacket. I want $120 for it.
Okay, but I only want to pay $100. That's my budget.
Okay, so we are $20 apart. I want 120, you want 100. So we look at the number in the middle. Half of 20 is 10. So we add 10 to your price. We agree on 110.
Ah, so we both compromise. I pay a little more, you get a little less. We split the difference.
Exactly. It's a polite way to compromise so everyone is happy.
That is incredibly useful. So if we agree on 110, we can say, let's shake on it, meaning we shake hands and close the deal.
You got it. Now, even with a budget, sometimes we make mistakes. Do you have a weakness when it comes to shopping? Something you cannot resist buying?
I do. I have a problem with shoes. I have about 10 pairs of shoes, sneakers, boots, running shoes, and I always want more. Shoes are definitely my weakness. It's difficult to say no to a nice pair. What about you?
Mine is t-shirts. I have too many t-shirts. My drawers are full. I have to stop buying them. I love the comfort of a simple, plain cotton t-shirt. I just can't resist them.
It's hard to resist. This leads to what we call an impulse buy.
Yes. An impulse buy is when you buy something suddenly, without planning. You see it, you like it, you buy it immediately.
Exactly. Like I go to the store for milk and I come home with a new pair of shoes. That is an impulse buy. And you know, Cece, sometimes when I have already bought one pair of shoes that I shouldn't have, I think, well, maybe I should buy the expensive ones too.
Oh no. Why?
Because I think I might as well be hung for a sheep as a lamb.
Oh, wow, Tom. That is a very advanced, very colorful British idiom. Hung for a sheep as a lamb. Please tell our listeners what that means.
It's a bit of dark history. Long ago, the punishment for stealing was very severe. You could be hanged, killed. The punishment for stealing a small animal, a lamb, was the same as the punishment for stealing a big animal, a sheep.
Okay, so the punishment is the same either way.
Right. So the idiom means if you're going to be punished or criticized for a small mistake, you might as well commit a bigger one and enjoy it.
Ah, so how does this apply to shopping?
Well, if I'm already going to spend money I shouldn't, I might as well buy the really expensive, amazing shoes, because the guilt or the trouble with my budget will be the same. It's a humorous way to justify a splurge.
That is a fun, slightly reckless way to look at our weaknesses. But be careful, Tom, or you will have no money left.
I know. But do you know the worst part about having too many clothes?
What is that?
The laundry.
I agree. I don't like doing laundry. It's a chore. A chore is a boring job you have to do at home.
Me neither. Laundry is a long process. First, you have to sort the clothes. You have to separate the white clothes and the colored clothes.
Why do you do that?
Because if you wash a red sock with a white shirt, the red dye might come out in the hot water, then your white shirt becomes pink. You don't want a pink shirt if you wanted a white one.
True. So you separate them. Then what?
Then you put the clothes in the washing machine, add the soap, and wait. Then you have to dry them. And finally, the worst part, you have to fold them. Folding clothes is my least favorite job. It takes forever to match the socks.
I agree. It's so boring, but it has to be done. It's just one of those things you can't avoid. In fact, I think we can say it's par for the course when you have a large closet.
It's par for the course. What a fascinating phrase. I have heard that before. It sounds sporty. What does par for the course mean in this context?
It is an idiom. It comes from the sport of golf. In golf, par is the standard expected number of hits to get the ball in the hole.
Okay, so par is what is normal.
Exactly. So when we say something is par for the course, we mean it is normal, expected, or typical for a particular situation. It is not surprising.
I see. So doing laundry is par for the course when you own clothes. You cannot have clothes without laundry.
Correct. Just like traffic is par for the course in a big city. It is annoying, but it is expected.
Ah, I understand. That is a great idiom to use to show you accept a situation.
Wow, Tom, that was an extensive and very useful conversation. We covered so much ground today, from finding the perfect fit to negotiating the best price.
It was great. I feel like I need to go clean my closet now. But before we go, let's quickly review all the essential vocabulary, phrases, and idioms we used today for our listeners. Repetition is key to learning. Why don't we test each other?
Perfect idea. Let's play a game. I will ask you a question and you give the definition. Let's start with a big one. Outfit. Tom, what does an outfit mean?
An outfit is simply all the clothes you are wearing together, the complete combination. For example, my outfit today is a plain navy shirt, gray chinos, and sneakers.
Excellent. And you use the word plain. Remind us what plain means and what is its opposite.
Plain means no pattern, no design, just one solid color. Its opposite would be something with a pattern, like stripes, checks, or floral.
Smart. Now for the shopping trip. If I want to make sure the clothes will fit me, what phrase do I use in the store?
You must try on the clothes. You cannot just look at them. You go to the fitting room to try on the shirt. This is key to checking the fit, the size, and seeing if it suits you.
Spot on. Now let's look at the price. If I tell you I can't afford that new jacket, what does that mean?
It means you do not have enough money to buy it. Perhaps because you are on a tight budget. You have a limited amount of money to spend.
Exactly. And if you really, really want something and you buy it suddenly without planning, even if you don't need it.
That is an impulse buy, a purchase made on impulse. This is usually how we end up with things we never wear.
Right. Speaking of spending, we talked about quality. Why should we spend more money on a good winter coat?
Because good quality clothes last longer. They stay in good condition for more years, unlike cheap clothes that might break or rip quickly.
Fantastic. Now let's quickly review those tricky dressing mistakes. If someone wears the back of their sweater in the front, what's wrong?
That is wearing it back to front. And if the label is on the outside and you can see the seams,
Then they are wearing it inside out. Always check in the mirror before you leave the house.
perfect. Now, let's wrap up with our two brilliant idioms. What did we mean when we said that doing laundry is par for the course?
Par for the course means it is normal, expected, or typical of the situation. Doing laundry is an expected, unavoidable part of owning clothes.
And my favorite, the slightly naughty idiom, I might as well be hung for a sheep as a lamb.
That means if you're going to face criticism or punishment for a small mistake, you might as well commit the bigger one and enjoy it. A humorous way to justify buying that slightly too expensive item.
Excellent review, CC. Our listeners now have a strong set of words to use when talking about their clothes and shopping experiences.
I agree. Remember to try and use these words and idioms in your English conversations this week. Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
That brings us to the end of our talk on clothes, comfort, and conversation. We hope this was useful and interesting for everyone.
Me too. You are all doing a great job. Learning English is a journey, and every video helps. Now, it is your turn to practice. We have our question of the day for you.
Yes, we want to hear from you. Here is the question. What is one piece of clothing you own that is very old, but you still wear because it is the most comfortable? Describe it using at least 3 of today's new words.
Please write your answer in the comments below. We read all your comments, and it is the best way to practice your English writing. We love reading about your favorite clothes.
And finally, if you enjoyed this comprehensive lesson, please give us a like and subscribe to Focus English with CC. It helps us very much to keep making these videos for you.
Thank you so much for learning with us today. Keep practicing, be confident, and remember, comfort is king. We will see you in the next video.
Bye-bye, everyone. Have a stylish week.